Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video day, and today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys potentially hiring Deion Sanders to be their next head coach. Obviously, yesterday it's big news. The Dallas Cowboys parted ways with Mike McCarthy after 5 seasons with the team, and so had 3 seasons with the team where they went 12-5, and then the 2 other seasons with the Cowboys were missed playoffs. It was his first season, missed playoffs, and then obviously this season the Cowboys didn't make the playoffs, going 7-10. Actually, funny enough, both seasons that Mike McCarthy missed the playoffs with the Cowboys, Dak Prescott got out. Got injured for the entire season. I don't think the Cowboys would have made the playoffs if Dak stayed healthy this year, but I feel like they probably would have reached maybe 8 or 9 wins with Dak and not 7. And but that still probably makes them short of the playoffs still. So it doesn't really matter. But moving on, let's get to Deion Sanders potentially becoming the next Cowboys head coach. And look, even though Mike McCarthy was good when the team was healthy, they didn't they didn't get things done in the postseason. And it's a lot. Like, if you look at basketball, if you're a basketball fan, look at Doc Rivers, what he's done in most of his career. He has in the NBA has had a lot of success of having a great team in the regular season and then just vanishing in the playoffs. That's basically been his story in the NBA, and that's what Mike McCarthy's done in the last 5 years with Dallas. And so yeah, but Mike McCarthy's gone. Looks like he's gonna either go to New Orleans or Chicago. We'll see what happens with him. But Dallas needs to get a new replacement. I think you're trying to. I don't think Jerry Jones wants to go in rebuild mode. So you don't want to go in rebuild mode. You got to find, I think, most likely an experienced coach. But if not an experienced coach, a coach that can come in right away and be ready for success. And I think you look at guys like Deion, you look at guys like John Gruden, and you look at guys like Pete Carroll and also Ben Johnson. I know Ben Johnson hasn't been a head coach yet, but I think he can come in and have success right away and be a great head coach. Me personally, I do not want to see Deion Sanders go to the Dallas Cowboys. I love Deion. Absolutely love Deion. And as I hate the Cowboys, I think that would be hard for me to see that. But that's not the main reason I don't want Deion Sanders to go back to the Dallas Cowboys, where he played in his career. The main reason for me is the Colorado. I just saw a clip the other day where Deion is talking about how this is his first meeting and his first time talking to the players, where he's not where he's being just a coach and not a coach and a dad. And I really want to see Deion coach at the college football level where he's just a coach and not a father. I really do, because I think Deion Sanders at times has made a lot of stupid decisions when it comes to coaching, because of the fact that he's got his sons on the field. Like, I don't know how many times I saw this year where Colorado be up big, and instead of running the ball and running the clock out or taking a knee, they have Shedeur Sanders throwing deep shots. Like, it was obvious. We want to show everybody Shedeur can play and get his draft stock up, and with Travis Hunter as well. And I thought there were a lot of bad coaching decisions that you wouldn't see anyone else make in college football, and the reason he was doing those decisions were because of his sons being on the field, and Travis Hunter, who he is really close with and thinks like a son. Like, having those guys, having Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, and wanting them to improve their draft stock. And multiple games I saw with Shedeur and this Colorado team where end of game situations, or you run the ball out, run the ball and run the clock out, or take a knee, didn't happen because, hey, we wanna still put up a show and put up numbers for Shedeur or Travis Hunter. And I don't think Colorado would be like that anymore with Deion. I don't think Deion would coach like that anymore. Not being a father coach anymore, just being a coach. And I think Deion would be an even better coach next season in college football without his sons. Like, I think he becomes a much better college football head coach next year, not having his sons there and not having to do stupid stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, I like I said, I'd really like to see Deion go back and have another year at Colorado and coach there for the first time, just being a coach. We'll see what happens. I don't think Deion is going to want to. I don't think Deion's going to want to leave Colorado unless it's an opportunity where he gets to coach. He gets to coach Shador, and how do you make that work? Dallas has a 12th pick in the draft. Shador Sanders is projected to be a top 2 or top 3 pick. Sure, you can always trade up. You have your own first round pick. We've heard Dak could be involved in a potential trade. Other draft picks that can be moved. Sure. But look at the teams that are in the top 3 right now. These teams that are really going to trade away their draft picks, like Tennessee, they need a quarterback bad. They need a quarterback. Cleveland, Deshaun Watson just tore his Achilles for the second time in 3-4 months. They need a quarterback. They're not gonna trade their pick. And then at 3, you have the New York Giants. They're in position to draft a Travis Hunter and pair him with Malik Neighbors and have one of the best 1-2 punches at the wide receiver position in football. Do you see them, backing away from that? Or yet alone trading with a division rival in the Dallas Cowboys? And then look at number 4, the Patriots. Mike Vrabel just came in. He wants to improve this team. I don't see him trading his pick. And if the Patriots and Mike Vrabel decide, okay, we're going to trade down, we're going to make a deal with the Cowboys. If you trade up to number 4 spot, there's not a great chance that the Cowboys would still get Shador Sanders, because 1, 2, 3. I mean, you got 2 teams at 1 and 2 that need quarterbacks. Shador Sanders is probably going either 1 or 2. So, I think it's very, very impossible for Deion Sanders to go to Dallas and find a way to play with Shador. And the only way I could see it working was if, hey, maybe potentially Deion has Shador tell the teams not to draft me. I'm not going to, like an Eli Manning type of thing. Like what Eli Manning did with the Chargers. Maybe that's something that would happen. If so, that would be terrible for this football league. And the Browns and the Titans are 2 teams that need quarterbacks. Who knows if they'd actually listen. But yeah. Let me know your thoughts on Deion potentially going to the Dallas Cowboys. Me personally, I'd love to see a Pete Carroll or a John Gruden. As much as I dislike the Cowboys, I want to see John Gruden back in football. And I'd actually start to like this Dallas Cowboys team if John Gruden was their head coach. Or Pete Carroll as well. Love Pete Carroll. So I'd actually start to like the Cowboys a little bit more if they brought in a Pete Carroll or John Gruden, either one of those guys, or potentially Ben Johnson. But I still continue to really dislike them if Deion goes there. I mean, I like Deion, but I don't want to see him, leave Colorado with how big of a supporter they've been for him and his family. And also, he finally gets this chance to, coach without having to be a father. I mean, you just get to be the coach now, not the coach and father. So, let me know your thoughts on the Cowboys potentially hiring Deion Sanders in the comment section, and peace out.